Hello, hello! Welcome back to another episode of I'm Captain of My Ship. Today I like to talk about how does a fight divorce happen? Why do I want to talk about this? Well, I hope to inspire you by telling you how the most common causes are there when there's a divorce notification, and the most common causes of fight divorce. When you already know what those are, then you can try to prevent this. And it's really worth to prevent a fight divorce, because it's an awful period. Divorce is already an awful period in your life. It's not a nice life event. It's awful. It's with a lot of emotions. It's not something that you really want or are looking forward, I'm sure. But especially when it becomes a fight divorce, oh my God, you really want to try to avoid this as good as possible. And as captain of your ship, I know that you have all tools inside of you. And when you are not pointing with your finger towards the other person, you point at yourself. Think, what can I do to prevent this to become a fight divorce? And of course, it's not always possible to prevent this. But by talking about this, I hope that you can already start to come up with solutions, hopefully even together. If not together, maybe for yourself, you can decide, what can I do? What will I do when this comes out? And this is the result after the divorce notification. So this is to inspire you, hopefully. And when it's possible for me to inspire one family, I'm already more than happy, because every fight divorce, when you're together or with a family, when you also have children, it's even worse. But in all cases, you just don't want this. So you really want to try to prevent this. So that's why I want to talk about the most common causes. Okay. Because when there's a divorce notification, maybe you told it, maybe your partner told it, it's because you failed, you feel hurt because it was not possible to stay together. And of course, you started a relationship with the idea, we will become all together and we will stay together forever. Of course, this is how you start. You always start like that. Otherwise, you do not start and you do not have a marriage if you don't think about that. It's because of the long run. And all of a sudden, maybe you've seen it coming, you talked about it, there's this divorce notification. And because this can cause a failure feeling, oh, I failed, it can be like that, you can get hurt. Because of this failure feeling, you can get hurt. Here it starts, oh, I failed, I didn't make it happen, we didn't work it out. Oh, I failed. If you have that thought, it causes, of course, a feeling of hurt. You feel hurt that it didn't work out. And when you feel hurt, it's hard to act normal and talk normal to each other anymore. And every contact will most likely be a fight. And you can fight because of 3 different reasons. It's because of lingering disagreements, or mutual mistrust, or you're unable to come up with good solutions together. When it's one of those 3 things, then every contact will most likely become a fight. When those 3 things are underneath the water, it's there, this causes just a fight. And then when you have a fight every time you are together, it's more likely that there will be a fight divorce coming up. So try to avoid this. Know that those things are underneath the water. It can be there. Okay, and those emotions, those three things can cause intense tensions and conflicts, of course. And then you're no longer able to put the best interest of the conflict first. And when there are children involved, of course, children are most of the time the victims of those fight divorce. And when you have a fight all the time with the other person because of the lingering disagreements, because of the mutual mistrust, or because you're unable to come up with good solutions together, then the children are with the parent, with the father, and the father will tell negative things about the mother. And when they were the mother will tell negative things about the father. If this happens, please try not to do that. Don't look at what the other person is doing. Look at yourself. What can I do? Please don't talk bad about the father or mother of the children. Please don't. Try to. Okay, but this is most common what will happen. And most of the time the network is also involved. So it's not only you, your partner, and the children, it's also the family, it's the friends, it's the network. And they most of the time are choosing sides, and that's not really helpful too. This can cause a lot of hurt too, of course. But this is the fight version. There's also another version of a fight divorce, and this is also awful for children. It's bad too for children. And this is the parents that keep each other silent. Parents, the father doesn't talk to the mother, or the mother doesn't talk to the father. And when the children are with the mother, the children are not allowed to talk about the father or say anything about the father or even name his name. And when the children are with the father, it's the same. The children are not allowed to talk about their mom. They're not allowed to mention her name. This is a silent divorce, but it's an awful divorce because the children are ripped out together like, God, they just love both parties so much. And when you don't talk together, it's awful for a child too. So, and often the children are used to as a means of power. So if you don't do this or disagrees with this one, you will not see the children anymore. So please don't leave the children out of this fight. Please try to. Okay. Because the effects of doing this, putting the children in the divorce and fight about the children, has a very negative effect on the children. But the effects of a fight divorce, I will talk about this on coming Thursday, because there's a lot of effects, negative effects for the children, and you don't want that. So that's why I will make a whole episode about this, what it does to children. So I hope to motivate you to help prevent this fight divorce. Now, what are the 5 common causes of a fight divorce? The first, it's old hurt. Most of the time, long before the divorce notification, there was already a belief system starting that tell you that your partner is deliberately crossing your borders. And most of the time it started already years before the divorce notification, and already this belief started long time ago, and there all of a sudden is a divorce notification, and all this old hurt comes out like boom, it's a bomb. It's the belief that your partner deliberately crossed the border. That's one of the beliefs. The other belief of old hurt can be that you felt really lonely during this relationship. Or the third reason with old hurt can be you did everything alone. You had to raise the children all alone, and your partner was never there to help you out with the children. So those three topics are old hurt, and most of the time it already started years before the divorce notification. And when it comes out as old hurt, it's a bomb that's exploding. And of course, when a bomb is exploded, then it's simply not possible to act normal or talk in a normal way together. It's not really the best mood to start a good divorce without all this, without leading it to fight divorce. So this old hurt is a big trigger or a big cause of a fight divorce. No, that is just old hurt, and you have to take this out. And then when it's out, you can move on. But it's the first cause, it's old hurt. The second cause is accountability or magnification. What do I mean with that? Divorce is a loss. You will see your children less. Most of the time, you have to leave the house you live in together. Most of the time, the financial stability is changing. It will change. Or your status is also changing. Before the divorce notification, you were a married mom and dad. Now you are a divorced mom and dad. So it's your status is also changing. So because of all those losses, because of a divorce, automatically what you will do is you will even make your partner less attractive. All the things that you already know were there with your partner, you will make it even bigger. You will make it like, this was always there and he's really bad, and you're making it even worse than it already is. So that's one thing that can occur because of all this old hurt. You make it even bigger. And when your partner is not good at all because you make it really more bigger than it is, it's not easy to handle the divorce in a good way, of course. Okay, the third one, expectations. After you have given or received the divorce notification, you expect things to change immediately, right now. Your partner will change immediately. Now that you both know that it's not working, you will start your own life together. Everything will change right now, right this minute. Of course not. Things that didn't work out during your relationship or your marriage, it's not all of a sudden that this person changes. It's still the same person. And it's not that the child notification is there. Your relationship together, it's all changed right now. No, of course not. It needs time. The expectations are not met. What happens when expectations are not met? You start to be angry, of course, and this angriness doesn't help you to handle this divorce in a positive and good way. Because of these emotions, you start to get into that fight divorce, which you don't want. So be aware that when your expectations are not met, that it's most common cause that leads to a fight divorce. If you do not want a fight divorce, you want to prevent this, know that you can look at your own expectations and that you can help yourself, like, oh yeah, it's the expectations. I was expecting you to change right away. Of course, it's just not. We want it like this. That's the world right now. Everything changes like that. No, not with the divorce. Be real, please. That's a one big thing. Expectation. Okay, the other one, the fourth one. Whatever you do, it's never good. And this sounds really bad, but it is what it is. When you are the person telling your partner, sorry, it's not working out, and you make the decision, or you make it together, the decision that this is the divorce notification, it's over, it's not working, let's make sure that we arrange this divorce. What can happen is that one of the partners starts to be scared or starts to startle and like, oh my God, it's real. And all of a sudden, it can be also a reaction that the partner who was never there to help you out with the children, all of a sudden starts to come home on time to help you out with the children, to eat together as a family, and all of a sudden starts to look at the basketball play of the children, or the football play, or whatever presentation a child has. He or she was never there, and all of a sudden it's the perfect parent, or all of a sudden it's the perfect partner, and you're like, what? We just agreed on this divorce, and all of a sudden you were never there. I was always alone, and I had to do it all alone. You were never there for the children. All of a sudden, you're the perfect parent, you're the perfect partner. What the heck is going on with you? Know that whatever your partner is doing, it's never good. If he changes all of a sudden, or he or she doesn't change at all, it's whatever he or she does, it's never good. So know that it all starts with your own mind of how you think about things, and that you are the captain of your ship and you can decide how to look at it in a different way. So know that this part can happen and can cause and leads to a fight divorce. But you have all tools inside of you to look at it in a different way. Okay, the fifth one, the last common cause that can lead to a fight divorce, is financial worries. When you were together, you had most of the time you had two incomes, and you raised the family together with this budget. But now all of a sudden, there's the same budget, most of the time the same budget, but there's two households that have to live from that. The same budget, how is it possible? So the fifth common cause is financial worries. And I don't know if you talk about this with your partner when you go through this divorce, but if you don't, and all of a sudden this person starts to be angry, know that this can be underlying worries. Even if you don't talk about it, know that this is one of the most common causes that leads to a fight divorce. So know that financial worries is a huge part that leads to this, because you both need start a new life again, and you both want most of the time same things, doing the same things. It's maybe not possible, so it's the financial worries, and where then you start to be angry to each other and start to blame each other. And of course, when there's blame, it's not a good ground to have this divorce in a positive way. So this can also lead to a fight divorce. So I will just summarize them all again. The first one, old hurt. The second one, accountability magnification. The third one, expectations. The fourth one, whatever you do, it's not good. The fifth one, financial worries. Please try to catch those common causes and try to prevent a fight divorce. I know that you're captain of your ship and that you can do what works for you. You can even add more things because every situation is different, every couple is different. So you can think about upfront what can also cause a fight divorce in our case, and then you can try to think of things that you can do to prevent this. I know that you're the captain of your ship. I know you're strong. I know you can do this. I know it will be a hard period. I know it will not be fun at all. But I hope to inspire you to make the best of it and that you can do your part. And if it doesn't work out the way you want it, know that you did what you could. And I think that also counts. Okay, I know you're strong and I know you can do this. I wish you all the best of luck. My heart is with you and your family. And you can do this. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow I will talk about tips what you can do to avoid this. Oh God, it's hard for me to find the right words this episode. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But tomorrow I'll give tips and hints what you can do to avoid a fight divorce. Okay, I hope to inspire you with those tips and hints. And